I have two phones. This is my TikTok phone. It's crippled. It has no data on it about me or my businesses. Here's my regular phone. That's how you deal with TikTok. Everybody knows it leaks data to the Chinese. I mean, it's not a secret. It's been around for years. So it's a very important platform, and this issue is not going away. So if this order goes through, it's got to be sold. I'm going to put up my hand and say I'll buy it, and I'll tell you why.
Now let's get into this offer to buy TikTok, because Rumble wants to join a group of other investors to buy and operate TikTok in the United States. And this is how they put it. They said that they actually posted this in an open offer letter signed by the CEO, saying that they could become a cloud technology partner alongside those other companies that want to acquire and operate TikTok in the United States. But that's only if ByteDance would divest of its ownership in the company.
The bill needed 2/3 of the House to pass, and it got that easily.
The yeas are 352, the nays are 65.
Now it goes to the Senate, where it will likely face a tougher road. If signed into law, it would give Chinese parent company Byte just 6 months to divest TikTok or face the possibility of a ban on the app. The legislation prompted by national security concerns, including fears the Chinese government could access Americans' personal data and feed them content that would influence their views.
Our intention is for TikTok to continue to operate, but not under the control of the Chinese Communist Party.
The US wanting American companies to own the data of American users, not the Chinese. How would a ban work, Claire?
Yeah, Becky, it's a good question because, I mean, I think you have ByteDance and TikTok signaling here that they are going to push back fiercely against this bill if it gets passed, signaling that they'll likely make a legal challenge to this bill. And so I think you're getting indications from that side that they're not necessarily interested in spinning off TikTok to a U.S. owner. I think there are also questions about whether you would have a willing U.S. buyer for TikTok.
I admire the Chinese people, the advancements in culture and technology and science that they brought over the thousands of years. I just don't trust the Chinese government, and it turns out either does Congress. If this order goes through, it's got to be sold. I'm going to put up my hand and say I'll buy it, and I'll tell you why. I'd like to do it this way. Form a committee of 2 members of red and blue that were part of making this bill, and say you'll be the oversight committee for the next 18 months. What I'm proposing is purchasing these assets into a new American company. I'll guarantee the servers are on American soil. I'll guarantee we'll close the Chinese backdoors in the code. I'll guarantee it becomes safe for the users, the parents, small business and large business. It'll be an American company. I would ask permission to leave 20–30% with the Chinese people, because they'll have a non-control passive position. They will not control the board. They will have no say in how we operate the company. And therefore will resolve this issue around free speech. Nobody wants
Kevin,
to lose
let me jump
the
in
app.
there. I saw you say that before. You said something like 20% remaining with the Chinese. And this is my point. Like, and that's great. If you buy TikTok, that's wonderful, and perhaps I'll join TikTok. But the question is whether or not you can be a little bit pregnant. And I'm just a little skeptical of this divestiture idea, which I hope would work. But I don't know how you get the Chinese Communist Party out of TikTok. How do you get the algorithm out? And in your case, if you leave a little bit of ownership to TikTok to the Chinese, that's going to be inevitably the Communist Party. And the whole point of the app was its ability to manipulate Americans. It wasn't to make money. So I don't know that you can be a little bit pregnant here with TikTok.
Well, fair enough. If the committee decides that I can't leave any ownership with the Chinese, then I won't leave any ownership with them. But the point is, there's many cooperative businesses in China owned by Chinese, and any Chinese company is a CCP. Everybody knows that. So the Chinese government has lots of joint ventures with American companies that manufacture over there. Let's throw them a bone. And I'm not saying that's a covenant by which I'd have to decide or not decide to buy it. I'd have to put together a syndicate of American and sovereign wealth money approved by this committee of the House. I spent a lot of time on the Hill. I think I have a lot of respect on both sides because I support small business. I have no agenda here other than to make this platform safe for Americans to use.
Yeah. I believe that. I hope it's a realistic, feasible option for TikTok. And we'll find out soon if the government forces the hand to see if this is a realistic, feasible option for TikTok to be owned perhaps by Mr. Wonderful. Kevin, always great to see you. Thank you so much.